Hello trader. Two important GBP pairs, GBPJPY and British Pound US Dollar, currently showing significant trading opportunity. As we can see, GBPJPY open with a gap, and potentially the market is moving in the major direction of the trend to see. In fact, it is going back up for a new higher high. So let's see that what kind of trading opportunity you might have both of these instruments, starting with GBP JPY, looking at first of all bigger picture to see overall direction in this market. So looking at monthly on GBP JPY, we can see that previous month was a sharp rejection from this lower price, and after this strong rejection in this instrument, this month, once the market opened after initial pullback, it started to bounce back up again. We can see the market already from the monthly has broken this monthly trend line, and there was a break below. Currently it's pushing back up, so there is a probability for the market to go up again to fill that monthly long week, or even potentially to create a new higher high, as this is a complete imbalance and there is a lot of liquidity above those monthly candles. So from the monthly, we can expect GBP JPY to remain bullish. Now let's look at the weekly chart to see what kind of price action it is forming. Now weekly, we saw there was a gap open. After initial pullback, the market is pushing back to the upside again. And if we look at the from the weekly, this is a long-term bull market, and we also discussed in our previous analysis as well the GBPJPY potentially to break this weekly low and then to revert back. And we see that the market open, in fact, with a gap, has crossed this weekly candles low, and potentially the market now pushing back up again to touch that long-term weekly resistance, or even potentially to create a new higher high. Now dropping down to the daily chart to see how the market is evolving here. From the daily, we can see there's a daily impulse, and with that gap open, the price now straight drop back to that gap, open with another gap, so which is giving a high probability that GBPJPY potentially to continue to trend back to the upside, either to create equal high or potentially to new higher high. Now looking at the intraday chart here from the 4-hour, we can see that GBPJPY open with a gap, and more often we can see this kind of gap is shows potential reversal. And as because there was a strong uptrend here, what I think that this drop could be a strong liquidity grab, and we may see again another trend continuation in this market to the upside. So this is where we'll be waiting for a liquidity grab on the lower time frame for this potential move to the upside. As soon as we will find price action confirmation, we'll be looking for going long to the target at 196 level with a high probability trade setup. Now let's look at British Pound US Dollar. We can see that with the GBPUSD, with the strengthening of GBPUSD as well, we can see there is a bullish move. If we look at the monthly again, this one, we can see the price so far after retesting of this level from the monthly, there is a sharp bounce, and previous monthly candle is a long week. We can see the price tested the low and then returned back again. We may see potential further bounce on this instrument, as the market has a sharp bounce on GBPUSD, could see the price going back up to fill that long week from the monthly chart. Now looking at weekly here, we expected the market to drop further. We can see the price in fact open with a gap, and the bulls was so strong because it's a bull market. We can see that it's showing that potential trend continuation, and that might lead that price to back up again to create a new higher high in this market. So from the weekly chart here, it's showing that bullish market structure creating series of higher high and higher low. Now dropping down to the daily chart here, we can see there's an inverted head and shoulder on the daily, and it's a typically a strongly bull market. There's a big bounce here sideways from that inverted head and shoulder, the market slowly pushing back up again, and we may see that the market potentially to continue to the uptrend to create a new higher high. Now looking at the 4-hour chart here, we can see this is a typical bullish market structure. There is a sideways movement in this market quite a while, and the price whenever breaking below, grabbing the liquidity, and we may see now a potential trend continuation. This 4-hour candle is closing now, and what I think that we might see a short-term pullback on the lower time frame. That's where we may find potential entry in this area. As soon as we will find suitable price action confirmation for this potential bullish move to the upside, we will be looking for going long with a high probability trade setup. Traders, if you enjoy this education and analysis, make sure you give a thumbs up. And also for more updated analysis, trade ideas, you can join the Telegram community. You can find link below this video. Thank you, and I'll see you soon in my next analysis.